morning, y'all. I'm out here walking, but it's the picture looks like that it's sunny, but it's not. It's early in the morning. I think it's about 6:30 here in Andalusia, Alabama, and I've got a circle drive, so I'm walking round and round it this morning because I can't get too far from the house. But anyway, I'm glad to see y'all this morning, and I've been up a good while. I haven't had really any breakfast yet. I had 2 cups of coffee and some mixed nuts. That's all I've had. But I've had my shower, and my eye is watering this morning a little bit. I don't know why. It could be all this goldenrod that I'm experiencing. But anyway, I'm on the road, I'm walking round and round my house is what I'm doing. And I thought I'd try to walk 30 minutes. I don't know how far that is, but I thought, well, I'll just walk till about 7 and I'll just quit. So I'll show y'all where I'm walking. This is my driveway. That's my flower bed. Y'all know where that is, except there's no flowers in it. Look what I did. Here's my little spinach that's coming up. And I had to put all these sticks in there to keep the deer from sticking their head in there and eating them, so they can grow a little bit. Anyway, I thought I had my phone, I had my music on my phone, and it was in my pocket. And I thought, I don't want to hear that music. I'm going to talk to the Lord this morning. And that's exactly what I did. If you're like me, you pray for your family members all the time. I know I do. I pray for my grandchildren and my children and their spouses. And I tell the Lord, the Bible says that God knows our hearts. And I'm so thankful He does. I'm so thankful because my heart aches sometimes for my children and my grandchildren and situations that they go through. And I'm helpless. There's nothing I can do about it. But there's one thing I can always do about it, and that's to pray. I can always pray. There's my house over there. Here's my turnip green patch. The deer aren't getting it because I keep spraying it with this stinky stuff. And there's my little scarecrow. She has a thin skirt, so when the wind blows, it blows that skirt around, and their arms, and I hung a ribbon on her right here so it would blow. And that whole thing stinks. And because I sprayed her dress with that stinky stuff too. Look at the sky. I can see some color. And out in front of me I can too. See that color? You know, there used to be an old saying that says, red sky in morning, sailor take warning. And then there was another verse to it. What was it, y'all? Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. But there's another thing. Y'all tell me what that is. There's George's little favorite tree. That's a Grancy graybeard. It doesn't bloom till spring. Here's a big tree in my yard, right here next to the driveway. There's my my camellias right there, and they won't bloom till late December, January, February type thing. There's my woods truck. That's the one I need to pick up sticks and work with. And here's a new thing I've started. I got all my old lawn chairs, they're metal, and put them out there and making me a fire area. A fire pit like thing. And I bought some oh, what do you call it? Primer. I bought primer. I'm going to sand those chairs just a little bit, and I'm going to put that primer all over it, and then I bought some black spray paint with primer in it, and I'm going to use that too. This fall we can get out there and cook us a hot dog or a sausage dog or a marshmallow, and that'll be a fun thing. And I don't know, sometimes I just want to sit out there by myself and watch the fire and think and pray and talk to the Lord. But aren't you glad he knows your heart? Things that you express to him that you don't express to anybody else on the earth. There's things that I tell him and ask him that I would never tell anybody. And it's always comforting. He's a mighty God. He is. Let me go down here and let you see this other sky. I'll just walk on down the driveway a little bit. Let's turn around. All right, I'm fixing to go down this way. Let's see what we can see. I saw a red sky this way. Oh, that's pretty. The sun's coming up and it's shining on those clouds. That's west. We're looking west. And then over here is east. That's the sun coming up right there. East and west. The other day I was talking to some people at the Cottle House, and I have a map I did for them. It's a map of the town, show them how to get around and where to shop, some eating establishments and that kind of thing. And so I have a compass rose on the side of it that I drew on the side of the map to show you north, south, east, and west. And I told them to turn their map the right way on the table so I could go over it with them. And they had the hardest time. Some of them did. Some of them knew. You know, children need some help reading maps, and they also need some help knowing what time it is on a clock face, because theirs is all digital nowadays. So y'all help them all you can. Go to your city. They have a city map in your city. I'm sure they do. Probably at the Chamber of Commerce. And get one. And spread it out on your kitchen table. And look at your child and say, show me where we live. And then after they finally find it, I mean, my 7th graders had a hard time finding it. But then they learn how to work the coordinates on the bottom and the side, and it helps them. You know, when you're out in your car and you're driving somewhere, I like to have a book of maps, you know, like a Brand McNally map thing to put in my car, and I do have it, because your car only shows you where you're at. It doesn't show you what's around you as far as where you are in the scheme of things, and I like to see that. All right, y'all, I didn't keep you on the whole time, but I've got a lot of different kinds of things to look at this morning. I fixed that little new thing right there. See that birdhouse? I already had the pole in there, and then this is that mother of a million plant that I set out here beside of it. That's one of those old-timey milk carton things. Then Dallas moved this thing here. This is the big black pot, but it had a hole in it, so I'm got some plants in it, and I've got some rooting like that one right there. That's the verbena. Got some different things in here. Aren't those pretty? I think so. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thanks for walking with me this morning. I'm going to try to put some eye makeup on, but right now I can't because my eye keeps watering on this side. Not that one, but this one. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And I know that you're loved, and know that God hears your heart. Ask for what you want. He said ask, the little things and the big, so don't be afraid to ask. He told you to do it. Bye-bye.